Hi everyone, it's been a while, hasn't it? Well, after a long break, I'm back with a nice little video essay on the magical worlds of René Laloux. I've been fascinated by his work for a while, and for some reason I never told you about it like I intended to. But that ends today because in this video you'll hear all about him and his incredible movies. So let's get started, shall we? Oh wait, before we begin, tell me your favorite animated movie in the comments. I'll leave mine there too. Now that we've got that over with, we can begin. So, who was René Laloux? René Laloux was a French animator and filmmaker. He significantly contributed to French cinema with his feature films Fantastic Planet, Time Masters, and Light Years. Or Les Planètes Sauvages, Les Maîtres du Temps, and Gandahar en français. Monsieur Laloux was known for crafting surreal realms with hand-drawn animation. The settings of his movies oftentimes were bizarre, futuristic, deserted, and occupied by a multitude of species that no one could really explain. While his scenery felt outlandish, his stories felt a little bit familiar because they dealt with issues like classism, oppression, and the power of knowledge, which are things that we deal with in our own human lives. I'm gonna start by telling you about his most popular movie and my favorite, Fantastic Planet. Fantastic Planet, or Les Planètes Sauvages en français, was released in 1973. At just 72 minutes, this film takes us into a world where humans, or hommes, are toyed with by extraterrestrials or a higher species called drags. In this movie, drags are depicted as gigantic, red-eyed, blue-skinned species with no hair. They live in these futuristic compounds where they attend lectures about their conquering of the world. Hommes, on the other hand, are on the run and find shelter in caves where they unite with little tribes and gather together fearing for their lives. The plot surrounds an homme as he escapes the clutches of a drag and discovers these other hommes. Overall, it's a fantastic, no pun intended, movie with some of the best visuals I've ever seen in an animated movie. The color palette is pretty tame with lots of pastels, and you feel at peace yet on the edge at the same time due to the movie's commentary. I highly recommend this movie in general. Next up, I'm gonna tell you about Light Years. Light Years, or Gandahar en français, is one of the strangest sci-fi movies I've ever seen. It's set in a futuristic jungle that almost looks prehistoric, except for the fact it's not. Our protagonist is an average Joe who takes on a mission to save the world by the government of this jungle. He's got to stop these robots before they turn his friends into stone. Our leading man runs into a beautiful leading lady, strange-looking soldiers, and a giant brain in the middle of the ocean. I love that this movie was so artistic and original while using the well-known trope of robots taking over the world. I don't want to spoil much about the movie, but these robots acquire knowledge in a human way, and the way everything unfolds was really intriguing. I recommend watching this movie late at night for the best experience. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you about Time Masters. Time Masters, or Les Maîtres du Temps en français, is Laloux's third feature. It's set some point in the distant future across multiple planets. The film follows a young boy who is abandoned by his father after an accident, and he sets off on this journey to find out things that go on in these planets. I'm going to be honest with you, this movie was almost forgettable. I only remembered the scene that sets up the entire plot and maybe a few more instances. I'm not sure. I had to reread the plot on Wikipedia in hopes I'd remember something else, but I didn't. But from what I can tell, it's like a Star Wars or Back to the Future kind of movie with coming-of-age themes and obviously the usual social commentary. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it because I could be preventing you from a potential great movie experience, and I don't want to be responsible for that, obviously. So you can watch it, if you don't like it, that's on you. You know, it wasn't my cup of tea either. But yeah, it was a pretty average movie and nothing stood out, but it's got that timeless, classic feel to it, so I hope you enjoy it. Overall, René Laloux's works are incredible and worth your time and energy. If you do have the time and energy to watch them, you definitely should. Thank you so much for watching this video, and be sure to stick around because I've got more incredible movie essays on my way.